So Napoli essentially is tomato sauce, vegetables or mirepoix, olive oil, salt, garlic, and that's it. Not being biased, but the best tomatoes in the world come from Italy. And the other major thing as well, always have whole peeled tomatoes. So you don't know why? It's your first why. So imagine a big tomato processing plant, right? A big tomato processing plant, all the tomatoes go. In here are whole tomatoes that haven't been touched with their juices. The crushed tomatoes or the diced up tomatoes that you get is all the shit that gets left out. So whenever you can, at best, whole peeled tomatoes from Italy, and I guess at worst, which ain't even that bad, whole peeled tomatoes from Australia. Cool? Each to their own though. Everyone wants to support the Australian farmers and all that sort of stuff. There might be a touch of a flavour difference, but I always use whole peeled tomatoes from Italy. Alright, so in here I've got the whole peeled tomatoes. Cool. When I went to Italy for the first time, I was hell bent on working out why my grandparents, so my Italian grandparents' food tastes better than what mine did. And I was a commercial cook. I was doing my apprenticeship and I was taught all these techniques and all these ways of cooking, making an Napoli sauce, cooking all the vegetables down, all that sort of stuff. And I always wondered why it tastes not marginally better, like so much better. So what I did was sit with my auntie Olga in Calabria. I sat in the kitchen with her and watched her cook. And this was the first thing that I realised that she did that we didn't really do back home in Australia. Now, as apprentices, we're told, see all this vegetable I'm cooking out here? So all these veggies that we're told as apprentices to cook out, to sweat, to break down, so all the fibres and everything break down. My auntie didn't do that. She had a pot of tomatoes in there, and she just chopped raw carrot. She actually grabbed the paring knife and went tuck, tuck, tuck. Grabbed the onions, went tuck, 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 celery, and put it all in together. So I sat there today trying to work out how does this work when it's exactly against what I was told. And I'll explain to you why. The importance of fresh vegetable and sauce making. So imagine all in here is all these beautiful sugars. So you've got onion, sugars that taste like onion, sugars that taste like carrot, sugars that taste like celery. So all she did was bring this, put the tomatoes in, chop the vegetables up, celery, carrot, onion, garlic, big lug of olive oil for flavour and viscosity, big pinch of salt, and then put water. That's it. Do you know why they had water? They didn't have stock. Do you know what I mean? They never had stock. She never made a stock. Back in the 30s and 40s, they made stock because they would never throw out a thing. But now, so that there, believe it or not, is how I make Napoli at my home, in my home, and at my restaurant. Yeah, I would put, so if I put 1 tin of tomatoes, about half of it full of water. Alright, but I'll explain to you why. So all the water does is gives it time to simmer. So while the water's in there, it'll simmer. If there's no water in there, things burn. So in there, bay leaf, the vegetables, garlic, olive oil, salt. Up, we're going to bring that to the boil. So very quickly to the boil. It will not burn because there's water in there. Bring it to the boil, drop it down and simmer. In something like this, it's called water. Water is the timer. So when that water evaporates out, so we taste, if it needs more, if the tomatoes are still a little bit tannic or a little bit bitter, it's the water, the time and the temperature that gets rid of that. That's why we simmer things, and that's why we cook things out. If you have tough meat in there like a braise, and people, it's becoming saucy and all the meat's in there and all that sort of stuff, and the meat's still tough, people don't know just to add more water, because that'll just allow it to simmer again. Even if it's that sauce or it's dry, you go, oh shit, the meat's really tough still. Low temperature, long time is what breaks things down and changes the way they are. Cool? So remember that if you're ever doing lamb shanks, and you've got all your mirepoix in and all the lamb shanks popping up above the sauce that you've made and they're not tender, add more water. That's what allows the time to simmer more.